I say, whoa now. It's your boy the Toothless Wonder back with another video. And this is going to be a public service announcement, primarily to the sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Um, I fear that my words will fall on deaf ears just because I understand maybe how they've helped shape the mentality of the modern black woman. So I don't want this to come across as me telling the sisterhood something because it just gets hit with that filter of, oh, a man's trying to tell me to do something and then reject it. But this is just more, well, take it as like I'm your, like a cousin, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have any ulterior motives, or it's not like I'm trying to impose myself in your life or get something out of you, right? Because we family. Let's look at it like that. We family, you know what I'm saying? We might argue or woot the woot the woot, but the love's still there, you see what I'm saying? I've shown that, I'm there for your time of need as long as you don't use me, you know what I'm saying? And you might not like what I say, but it's coming from a genuine place, right? I want the sisterhood to start rethinking some things as we trend towards the fourth quarter of 2024, upon the upcoming election, if we have one. They say intelligence isn't actually the ability to regurgitate information. It's actually your ability to adapt to whatever environment you find yourself in. I said that to say this. The social environment here in this country is changing. And even though, let's say, the sisterhood has been given liberty by, I guess, the government or legislation to, you know, live as she sees fit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to, like, condemn or to make my articulations about that. Um, but I believe through the beguiling of Satan that they've set us up for a perfect storm. The talking point, and some of you may adhere to this, in which, I don't need no man, or you just use men for the utility value. One man for sausage, one man for dinner dates, one man to fix stuff, all that type of stuff, right? And it's all good right now. As was that Jay-Z song? It was all good just a week ago. But I also like to believe that we're seeing, various videos of women saying, they're being stalked, or in Walmart, or there are these groups of immigrants who, are stalking them and seeking to kidnap them, whatever. Y'all, whether you believe it or not, and even if you, practice your Second Amendment right, that was the whole purpose of using, I guess, indoctrination to remove the man from the home, or your need for a man, or your belief that you need one. Because now, for the most part, y'all are uncovered. Now, you may feel that I'm not under the authority of a man, so I'm free to do as I please, and that is what it is. However, to others, you look like fresh meat. And you can have a firearm license, but let's be honest, you're still a woman. And I live in a small town, and now I'm seeing groups of immigrants, right, who I can just tell they fresh off the boat. I don't know how they getting them here. I don't, you know what I'm saying? They look real hard in the face, you know what I'm saying? Like they from the third world or fresh out the jungle. You know what I mean? And you have to take something into consideration, which has been to the modern woman's detriment, right? And I'm seeing like different, like not just Hispanic, but Middle Eastern. I've seen a couple like Indian people. I've seen like some like look like Asian people out the rice field with the hard cheekbones and whatnot, like you see them in like a ancient geographic book or something. I don't know where these people come from. And you can take what I'm saying for like, but I feel the need to bring home this message. Now I can't tell you what to do, what decision to make in your personal life, but let's consider getting a man. And I'm gonna say this as to why, right? Out of necessity, out of survival. Because to these other folks who see that you don't have a man around and they're mobbing, like say in New York where there are these roving mobs of immigrants, and they're getting away with crimes, and it seems like they're setting up like a purge type situation, and you ain't got no man, or you've alienated the men who have been in your life. These migrants, wherever they come from, who have, let's say they've been privy to social media and seen you twerking, seen you be, let's say or just um embrace, harlotry to some degree, or at least excuse it if you're not actually doing it. These men see you as food. These men see now the sexual kind of attention is going to start backfiring, because they're not going to see you as a human being. They're going to see you as you want to be seen, as a sexual object to be used and passed around. We all know there are I don't even know what the numbers are of black women and black children who are missing. They ain't even looking for them. Sex trafficking and organ harvesting trafficking is a real thing. You could take it for life if you want to, and if you don't have any covering, at the very least, maybe say, like an older brother, or, what I'm saying, or even a younger cousin, and he kind of out that mob, you know what I'm saying? You might want to keep him around. You might want to establish, some type of relationship, in the sense of just communication purpose. Because here's the tripping part. It's like y'all are like dainty deers just gallivanting around, totally oblivious to the wolves and the panthers that are stalking y'all. And you got fire lights and all that, and you might know a little self-defense. But more often times than not, you still can't beat no man, yo. And these men, and here's my kicker. Wherever these people come from, let's say the Middle East, they're not used to going to Walmart and seeing women, in yoga pants with everything on display. They ain't used to that. That's system overload for them. They ready to do the puff daddy thing. They ready to take that. And more oftentimes than not, they're not here under their real name. A lot of times, I don't know how this works, but a lot of times they're already getting a certain amount of funding through social service. They're ready to fulfill their desires for women who are uncovered, or who have pushed aside in mass their own men. They're salivating. They're licking their chops. And as the economy and so on continues to plummet, the fabric of society continues to erode. There's talk of defunding the police, or like in Chicago, they ain't calling or they ain't coming for certain type of crimes. You can, and I'll, preach defend yourself, but a certain amount of defense is protecting yourself in the sense of, having the right people around you. That's why I keep saying we can walk this loner lifestyle, but at some point, out of necessity, we're gonna have to come together. We're gonna have to put away, practice some semblance of humility, and put away, outdated beliefs and mindsets. Because I know a lot of brothers who feel like this because of maybe what's happened or transpired through marriage or child support, or just, being used, or the proverbial good man, or how you say these brothers is going over to, other places with their passport and doing whatever they're doing over there. You've actually alienated the people who are designed to protect you. We've seen it kind of as a gimmick, but we've seen soft girl era. We've seen, you know what I'm saying? And then kind of playing with it, but using it as a manipulation tactic. The game is about to spin back around. You can take it for life if you want to. I know that about. They can't, in New York, they can't even legally, or they're not prosecuting. People are squatting in people's homes, and the homeowner is having legal issues removing them from their residence. Why are they doing this? They're creating chaos to create a new order, and your survival is in question. So I just want to say a quick one. Like, I'm not saying just get with Sam Sasha here, but the guy you might consider lame, who maybe studies, or, he might drive a truck, or, you know what I'm saying? At the very least, if you take it into consideration, what would you rather have? What would you rather be? I could say I don't listen to no man, or I listen to him and I'm safe, or I listen to him and I avoided the thing, some detriment or some danger. You see what I'm saying? Like, let's come off the high horse and just be wise about the day and times we live in. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And the crazy part, I kind of got to preface this or word it in a way where it's received. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here with the bash black women or black women this, black women that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about all that right now. It's about survival. And here's what'll happen. You know, like maybe polygyny, like a man having more than one wife, will become a thing again. Because if you perceive main man can protect you, or he has some semblance of masculinity, or some go hard in him, or whatever the case may be, you'll share him. You'll share him. You ain't got no choice. You ain't got no choice. You ain't gonna have no choice. And then this will help establish like a genuine sisterhood, which I believe most sisters don't have. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of times sisters be in competition with each other with the BBLs and, the whoop, the whoop, the whoop. But true, genuine sisterhood. And then at the same time, like sisters get off on, like, let's say the dude married and you sleep with him, you get off on that. Why not sleep with the married man and y'all all make it work? You see what I'm talking about? This age of having, multiple guy friends, some hit, some don't, some use for this, some use for that. That's not even going to work. Because if you just using main man for a sweet potato to get, bread out of him or dinner dates or whatever, he going to feel some type of way when he ain't no legal recourse and y'all just sitting duck. We seen a plethora of videos about that. Main man offing folk because she played with him. Let's stop playing all these games. There's not no time for play, yo. And it probably won't happen right here, right now. But trust and believe, you can always go back to this video and be like, God darn, Cal told us this on the Bamboozled Again News Network. These white folk or these systems, these politicians, these political parties don't love you, yeah? Like, okay, let's say Kamala get in there, right? And she go back to what she go back to next, locking niggas up, right? Who gonna protect you then? The system can't protect you because the system falling apart. You see what I'm saying? And then you guys have alienated, and I'm, just talking to who it applies to if the shoe fit where, you know what I'm saying? You've alienated certain guys for whatever the reason. You're going to wish you had them guys again. Especially for, let's say, the 30 and over crowd. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. Just listen to your boy, yo. I ain't got no ulterior motive or no agenda. I'm not pandering, none of that. I don't even believe that's against my religion. I ain't even got no religion. This is just a public service announcement. I ain't saying do it right here, right now. And I'm not saying just take any old man you see. Like, the proverbial Pookie or Ray. I'm talking about, let me see, if I'm 40, you probably were privy to, let's say, you had a grandfather. Somebody such as like a hardworking guy. A guy, he might not necessarily be as educated as you, but he definitely has more knowledge than you. You see what I'm saying? Start asking other questions outside of just the superficial stuff. Ask him what he believes. Ask him, what he think about this and that. You know what I'm saying? Do your thorough, like application process, if you will. Because I'm not really out this mob, but trust me, it's no different than, let's say, how we've, as black people, committed fornication against the Most High. And then he put us off for a period of time, but he still loves us, though. And he still want us to come back to him and stop fornicating with these other idols that'll end up destroying us, whatever they may be, or whatever form they may take. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying this out of love again. Like, I kind of got my issue, well, I ain't say issues. The mentality and the spirituality and the behavior of the modern black woman isn't behooving to or befitting to what I got going on or who or where I'm at, and I feel like it's a waste of time. But I'll still come on here and tell y'all, what's coming and what needs to happen and what needs to be done so the blood ain't on my hands. You know what I'm saying? I told you. That's all I can do. I can't make you do nothing. Just like God, he ain't going to make you do nothing. But out of maybe respect or, whatever, you'll listen, even if you don't understand. I don't understand a whole bunch of stuff. I just try to trust, you know what I'm saying? And trust and believe me. It's where they get real in the battlefield. You see the videos. Just type in, black women being kidnapped or migrants, black women, da-da-da. You'll see a whole host of videos. Like, I seen a story in New York. They beat the cop up and got out on bail with no address. That should let you know if they... If they allow a situation for the migrants to beat up the police, have no verifiable address, and they get out on their own recon, what you think they finna do to you? Word up. It's real in the battlefield, baby. With that one, I'ma sign off. Peace and love. Ooh, ah.